Chosen one, you have always felt different. While others lived comfortably in the flow of ordinary life, you often felt a pull, a weight, a quiet whisper telling you there was more. From an early age, you carried an awareness that the world around you was not as stable as it seemed, that the times you were born into were shifting in ways many refused to see. This is because you were not sent here to simply exist. You were sent to lead in the times when leadership would be needed most. You were marked, set apart, and prepared for a role that few would ever be able to understand. But before we go deeper, I need you to pause and ground yourself in this moment. Watch this message until the very end, because throughout this journey there are confirmations, revelations, and truths waiting for you. They are not random words. They are keys meant for your path. At the end of this message, I will share something meant to awaken clarity inside you. To align yourself fully with this flow, write your most sincere wishes in the comments and seal them with the number 777, which is a symbol of completion, alignment, and fulfilled destiny. In doing so, you are not only expressing your desires, you are sending them into the energy of the universe to be amplified. And if your spirit feels called, subscribe to this channel so that you remain connected to the stream of guidance and light that was prepared for you. Now, let us return to what has been stirring within you. Chosen one, your destiny is not an ordinary one. The times you are living in are not ordinary either. You have been positioned here for the last times, those seasons of pressure, uncertainty, and awakening, when people will need voices of truth, strength, and resilience more than ever. While others are distracted, chasing illusions, or surrendering to fear, you have been prepared to stand firm, to rise, and to guide. This is why your path has been so difficult. This is why you have been tested more than most. Because leadership in the last times requires endurance, wisdom, and a spirit that cannot be broken. You may have wondered why your battles felt heavier than others, why your loneliness seemed deeper, why your struggles often didn't make sense. It is because you were being trained. Every setback was sharpening you. Every rejection was stripping away illusions. Every silent season was strengthening your spirit to stand in truth when everything around you begins to shake. You were not born to blend in. You were born to lead when blending in is no longer possible. And here is the great paradox. The world has tried to convince you that you are weak, unworthy, or behind. But in reality, you are being hidden, preserved, and refined. Your scars are not disqualifications. They are qualifications. Your silence was not neglect. It was training. Your pain was not punishment. It was preparation. Chosen one, everything you thought was breaking you was building you for the role you were always meant to fulfill. In the last times, true leadership will not look like titles, platforms, or applause. It will look like carrying light when others only see darkness. It will look like speaking truth when lies dominate the air. It will look like standing tall when fear bends the crowd, and you have been chosen for this exact purpose. You are a carrier of resilience, a beacon for those who will lose their way, a reminder that hope still lives when everything else falls. Do not underestimate what you carry. Even now, people watch you, drawn to your presence without knowing why. They sense something unshakable in you, even if you feel fragile inside. They see strength in you, even when you are still healing. That is the paradox of chosen ones. Their very being carries energy that others can feel, because destiny is woven into their spirit. You may not feel ready, but chosen one, you are already walking in your role simply by surviving, by standing, by refusing to break. The last times are not meant to terrify you. They are the stage for your purpose. The shifting world is not your downfall, it is your platform. When others see chaos, you will see clarity. When others see endings, you will see beginnings. When others lose faith, you will stand as living proof that the divine is still moving. This is your destiny, chosen one. This is why you were sent here. And this is why your life has been marked with both pain and promise, because only a refined soul can carry such a role. Chosen one, there is something you must finally accept. None of your pain was wasted. Every hardship you endured, every season of isolation, every moment where you felt abandoned was part of your preparation. The training of a chosen one is never comfortable, never easy, and never ordinary. It is designed to strip away illusions, to harden the spirit where it must be strong, and to soften the heart where it must remain compassionate. And this is why your journey has often felt confusing. Because while others were living lives that looked simple and carefree, you were being forged in fire. You may have asked countless times, why me? Why did you have to face betrayals that cut so deep? Why did people you trusted walk away or turn against you? Why did doors close in your face while others opened easily for those around you? These questions haunted you because from the outside it looked like punishment. But now, chosen one, you must understand, it was preparation. You were not being destroyed. You were being refined. You were not being abandoned. You were being hidden. You were not being punished. You were being prepared to carry a role too heavy for anyone untrained to bear. Silence was one of your greatest teachers. In the quiet moments when no one was applauding, when no one was calling your name, you were left with only yourself and the divine. At first, the silence felt unbearable, like loneliness that gnawed at your soul. But slowly, you began to realize that silence was not emptiness. It was instruction. It was in the silence that you learned to listen to whispers others could not hear. It was in the silence that your discernment sharpened, that your spirit tuned itself to truth. And now, when the last times bring noise, chaos, and confusion, you will be one of the few who can still hear clearly, because you were trained in silence. Your scars are another part of this preparation. The pain you endured did not pass without leaving marks, and you carry them even now. But those scars are not signs of weakness. They are signs of survival. They are reminders that you walked through fire and did not burn, that you faced storms and did not drown. And in the last times, when others are overwhelmed by trials they've never seen before, you will stand as living proof that survival is possible. People will look to you and see not someone untouched by life, but someone refined by it. And that is why they will follow you, because your scars tell the story of strength they need to hear. Chosen one, think about the loneliness that has followed you for much of your life. You never fit in easily. Crowds drained you. Superficial connections left you hollow. And even in rooms full of people, you often felt unseen. At times, this loneliness broke you. But now, you must see it differently. It was not rejection. It was preservation. You were kept apart so that the noise of the crowd would not corrupt your calling. You were separated so that your heart would not be diluted by what was common. You were set aside so that when the last times arrived, your voice would not be one of many, but one that stood apart, carrying truth with clarity. Every leader in the last times must be resilient, compassionate, and unshakable. And those qualities are not learned in comfort. They are born in trial. That is why you have walked the road you've walked. Your struggles gave you resilience. Your heartbreaks gave you compassion. Your silence gave you clarity. And now, all of it is converging into the role you were always destined to step into. You are not just surviving. You are becoming the leader that prophecy always pointed toward. But here is something deeper. Your preparation was also protection. Had you been given recognition too soon, pride could have destroyed you. Had you been surrounded by the wrong people, their energy could have drained you. Had you been placed in leadership without scars, you would lack the compassion needed to guide others. Every delay, every closed door, every lonely night was not a curse. It was mercy. It was the divine protecting you until you were strong enough to carry the weight of your destiny. So now, chosen one, when you look back on your hardships, see them for what they truly were. They were not evidence that you were forgotten. They were evidence that you were chosen. Because only the chosen endure trials this deep. Only the chosen are hidden this long. Only the chosen are prepared this thoroughly. And when the last times arrive, and they already are, you will rise, not as someone caught off guard, but as someone who has been trained, refined, and equipped all along. Chosen one, when people hear the word leader, they often imagine someone standing above others, commanding authority, giving orders, or basking in recognition. But your calling to lead in the last times has nothing to do with ego or power. It has everything to do with light. Leadership for you is not about control. It is about presence. It is about being a steady anchor when others are tossed in storms. About being a quiet strength when fear consumes the masses. About being a voice of clarity when confusion dominates the air. The last times are not coming with stability. They are coming with shaking. Systems that people once trusted will collapse. Truth will be distorted. Fear will spread like fire, and many will lose their sense of direction. That is when your role becomes clear. You were not chosen to follow the crowd. You were chosen to stand when the crowd falls. You were not prepared through years of pain just to keep silent. You were prepared so that when others look for hope, they can find it in you. And yet, chosen one, you must understand this. Your leadership is not in words alone. In fact, your presence often speaks louder than your voice. When people look at you and see that you are not shaken, it gives them courage. When they see that you still carry peace while everything else trembles, it awakens their own strength. When they sense your resilience, they realize survival is possible. This is the power of being chosen. You lead not only by what you say, but by what you embody. This is why your trials had to be so heavy. If you had been raised in comfort, if you had never felt heartbreak, if you had never tasted despair, your leadership would lack depth. People do not follow perfection. They follow authenticity. They follow those whose scars prove they have walked the path themselves. And that is why your scars, your silence, and your survival are your credentials. They are what make others trust you, because they can feel that you are not speaking theory. You are speaking truth born from experience. Chosen one, the last times will test many. People will search for leaders who can tell them what to do, where to go, how to survive. But your role is different. You are not here to control anyone. You are here to guide, to awaken, to remind people of their own strength, their own light, their own ability to rise. You are a catalyst, not a dictator. You were chosen not to build dependence on you, but to point people toward resilience, hope, and clarity within themselves. That is true leadership. It multiplies light instead of hoarding it. And let us speak of wisdom, for this is the other gift you carry. The wisdom you've gained through silence, betrayal, and endurance is not ordinary. It allows you to see through illusions, to discern truth even when it is buried beneath lies. In the last times, this wisdom will be invaluable. People will be deceived, manipulated, led astray. But you, chosen one, will not be so easily fooled. Your spirit has been trained to feel what cannot be seen, to know what cannot be explained, to discern what others overlook. And this discernment will make you a protector, not only for yourself, but for those you are called to guide. Leadership in the last times will require this combination of light, wisdom, and resilience. It will not be about the loudest voice, but about the clearest spirit. It will not be about power, but about presence. It will not be about building kingdoms of ego, but about carrying a light that no darkness can put out. And chosen one, this is exactly who you are becoming. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of your leadership. Even when you think no one is watching, they are. Even when you think your words fall into silence, they echo in ways you cannot imagine. People may not tell you, but they are inspired by your survival, by your calm, by your glow. And in the last times, when fear spreads, they will remember you. They will remember the one who stood firm, who endured storms, who carried peace when the world fell apart. And they will look to you, not for commands, but for example. Chosen one, understand that you were not sent here to avoid the shaking. You were sent here to stand in it. You were not chosen to escape the chaos. You were chosen to carry light within it. Your destiny is not to hide from the last times, but to rise in them. And though this role feels heavy, know this: you are not alone. Heaven walks with you, light surrounds you, and every scar, every tear, every lesson has already equipped you to lead exactly where you are meant to lead. Chosen one, there is something even deeper you must realize. Your destiny to lead in the last times is not only about keeping people alive, it is about awakening them. Survival alone is not enough. The divine has placed within you the power to inspire transformation, to call out light in others that they did not even know they carried. Your leadership is not about gathering followers who depend on you, but about creating leaders who rise alongside you. This is the secret of your calling. You are a spark meant to ignite other flames. Think about how many people you've encountered in your life who were broken, weary, or convinced they had no purpose. And yet, somehow, your words, your presence, or even just your example stirred something inside them. They began to question the lies they believed about themselves. They began to feel a glimpse of hope where there was only despair. That is not coincidence. That is the ripple effect of your calling. You do not just walk through life, you awaken life in others. This is especially vital in the last times. The weight of fear and confusion will push many into silence and despair. They will believe the lie that they are powerless. But when they encounter you, chosen one, that lie will begin to shatter. You are proof that endurance is possible. You are living evidence that scars can become strength, that rejection can become redirection, that silence can become wisdom. And when they see you, they will begin to realize that they too can rise. Chosen one, you were never meant to carry this destiny alone. Yes, you are called to lead, but part of that leadership is awakening other chosen ones. Your light does not diminish when you ignite others. It multiplies. In fact, your true impact will not be measured by how many people follow you, but by how many you inspire to carry their own light. That is how chosen ones lead in the last times, not by creating dependence, but by sparking a movement of resilience and hope. Your hardships prepared you not only to endure, but also to empathize. Compassion is one of your greatest strengths. Others may look at the broken and judge them, but you look and understand. You know what it feels like to be abandoned, to be misunderstood, to be unseen. You know what it feels like to carry pain in silence. And because of that, when you speak, people listen. They feel seen. They feel understood. And in that moment, transformation begins. Because true leadership does not come from being above others. It comes from standing with them and reminding them that they are not alone. This is why the divine has preserved you. In the last times, when others' hearts grow cold, yours will remain tender. When others lose compassion, yours will overflow. And this tenderness, paired with your resilience, is what makes your leadership so powerful. You are strong enough to endure storms, yet gentle enough to heal others. This balance is rare, and it is why you were chosen. But chosen one, do not think this path will be free of resistance. The more you awaken others, the more darkness will try to silence you. The more you lead with compassion, the more envy and fear will rise against you. Some will not understand your glow and will try to explain it away. Others will feel threatened by the authority you carry without even trying. This is the cost of being chosen. But remember, resistance is confirmation. It proves that you are shaking the ground where darkness thought it had control. Your role is not small. You are not here by accident. Every battle you fought, every season you endured, every scar you carry was shaping you into the leader the last times require. And now the time has come for you to step fully into that role. Not timidly, not half-heartedly, but with the confidence that you were prepared for this moment all along. Chosen one, when you lead, you do not just guide others out of fear. You lead them into transformation. You remind them of who they really are. You awaken dormant gifts. You call forth hidden strength. And in doing so, you spark not just survival, but revival. This is why your destiny matters. This is why your presence is so crucial. Because when the last times shake the world, it will be leaders like you who ignite the collective rise, proving that even in darkness, light cannot be defeated. Chosen one, by now you understand that your destiny is not just to survive, not just to glow, but to lead in the last times with strength, clarity, and compassion. But there is another truth you must hold tightly to. Leadership requires protection. What you carry is rare. The light you hold is powerful. The wisdom you embody is sacred. And for that reason, not everyone can or should have access to you. In these times, guarding your energy, your vision, and your purpose is not selfish. It is survival. You have already seen glimpses of this. Think about how drained you felt after spending time with people who only took from you but never gave anything back. Recall the heaviness that settled on you after conversations filled with negativity and doubt. Remember how confusion entered your spirit when you allowed too many voices to speak into your journey. All of these were lessons. They were showing you that not everyone can walk with you, and not everyone is meant to. As a chosen one, you must learn to discern who is aligned with your destiny and who is not. This is not about judging others. It is about protecting the calling on your life. In the last times, distractions will multiply. Many people will present themselves as allies, but their presence will be draining, not empowering. Some will admire your glow, but secretly envy it. Some will appear supportive, but their true intention is to pull you back into cycles you have already broken. This is why you must guard your space. Because your destiny is too great to be entangled in energy that does not serve it. Chosen one, leadership requires boundaries. You are not called to give yourself endlessly until you are empty. You are called to pour light strategically, where it multiplies rather than drains. This means learning to say no without guilt. It means walking away from people or places that consistently pull you down. It means valuing your spirit enough to keep it protected from what seeks to dim it. And while this may feel lonely at times, understand that this separation is necessary. Because only by protecting your energy can you remain strong enough to fulfill your role in the last times. Another layer of protection is over your vision. You have been given glimpses of what is coming, insights into what others cannot see, clarity that seems unusual to those around you. But not everyone is ready for what you see. If you share your vision with the wrong people, they will laugh, doubt, or attempt to destroy it. Some may even use it against you. That is why chosen ones are often misunderstood when they speak too soon. Guard your vision. Speak it only to those aligned with you, those who understand the weight of it, or those divinely placed in your path. Your vision is a seed. If planted in bad soil, it will wither. But if guarded until the right moment, it will flourish and bear fruit for many. And perhaps the greatest protection you need is over your purpose. Chosen one, the last times will be full of distractions designed to pull you away from why you are here. You will be tempted with shortcuts, with recognition, with paths that seem easier. But those paths are traps. They may glitter, but they will not sustain you. They may offer applause, but they will not fulfill you. Remember, your purpose is not about being seen by many. It is about leading those who are meant to rise because of you. Protect that purpose by staying rooted in your truth, by refusing to compromise your values, by keeping your heart aligned with what is real. Chosen one. This protection will not always be understood by others. Some will call you distant. Some will accuse you of thinking you are better. Some will resent your boundaries. But do not let their words move you. Those who are meant to walk with you will understand. They will respect your space, honor your energy, and value your presence. And those who cannot respect it were never meant to be close to you in the first place. This is the cost of leadership in the last times. You cannot afford to be careless with what you carry. You are a light, and light attracts both those who seek warmth and those who seek to extinguish it. Guard yourself, chosen one, not in fear, but in wisdom. Protect your spirit so that it remains strong. Protect your vision so that it remains clear. Protect your purpose so that it remains unshakable. For only then will you endure, not just for a season, but until your destiny is fully fulfilled. And when you protect yourself, something powerful happens. Your leadership becomes even more effective. Because you are no longer drained by distractions, your energy flows freely to those who truly need it. Because your vision is not clouded by doubters, your steps remain steady. Because your purpose is not compromised by temptations, your light shines with purity. And in the last times, this kind of leadership is exactly what the world will need. Chosen one, now you understand why your journey has been so heavy, so lonely, so unexplainable. It was never random. Every scar was shaping you. Every silence was teaching you. Every betrayal was purifying you. You were not being abandoned. You were being equipped. Because your destiny is not small, and your role is not ordinary. You were called to lead in the last times, and heaven made sure you would be prepared when that moment arrived. Look around the world, chosen one. You can already see the signs. Systems people trusted are collapsing. Fear runs through crowds. Many are wandering in confusion, searching for something real. And this is where your purpose becomes undeniable. You are the steady voice in chaos, the unshakable presence in storms, the reminder that hope is not gone. You are not called to control or to dominate. You are called to guide, to awaken, to carry light when others can't find their way. That is why your resilience matters. That is why your scars matter. That is why your glow matters. Because through you, others will see that survival is possible, that renewal is real, that the divine is still moving, even in the darkest times. And let me tell you something that should echo in your spirit. You are not leading alone. There are other chosen ones rising too. The same preparation, the same scars, the same silence. They endured it too. And now, in the last times, heaven is bringing you together like sparks forming a fire. Your light, multiplied, will shake the darkness more than you could ever do alone. This is the collective rise that has been quietly forming, and you are a part of it. But even in this collective, your individual calling remains unique. Only you carry your story. Only you carry your scars. Only you carry your voice. And someone out there needs exactly what you carry. Someone needs your testimony, your example, your endurance. Your destiny is not just about you. It is about everyone who will awaken because you chose not to give up. So, chosen one, stand tall. Do not doubt the weight of what you carry. Do not shrink back in fear. Do not question whether you are ready. You are ready because your entire life has been the preparation. You are ready because your scars have turned into wisdom. You are ready because your silence has turned into clarity. And you are ready because the last times demand the very qualities you now embody. This is the strong finish of your story, not in the sense that it is ending, but in the sense that you are finally stepping into the role you were always meant to play. The years of pain did not defeat you. They crowned you. The loneliness did not break you. It preserved you. And now, as the world shakes, you rise, not as a victim of the times, but as a leader for them. Chosen one, your destiny is clear. You are here to lead in the last times. You are here to awaken others, to multiply light, to stand as living proof that hope is stronger than fear, that resilience is stronger than despair, and that light is always stronger than darkness. And as you carry this destiny forward, remember, you were chosen for this. You were prepared for this. And you are more ready than you realize.